cozy sweater, grab your coffee, and let's have coffee this morning. Hello. I'm going to give you a moment to grab yours. We're going to have a little bit of fun. Oh, so good. I'm having an Earl Grey tea today, and it's fantastic. As you join us on Coffee Club, please say good morning in the comments so I know you're here. Oh, I need to move my Coffee Club chair to a more comfortable space. I think that's on the mission for the week. Change up the background scenery for you. Hi, Mama. Hey, Angie. Yeah, say good morning in the comments as you join the club. Let's connect on this Sunday morning. Hi, Liz. Ooh. Yeah. I was going to wear a hat. That's what I was planned to do today. I'm like, I don't have time to comb my hair before Coffee Club. I'll just wear a hat. I felt like I looked like a clown. It's big old non-combed hair today, but it is what it is. It's Sunday morning. We have an opportunity to connect. Welcome to Virtual Coffee Club. If you haven't been a part of it before, this is just honestly created. We did this at the beginning of COVID to just have a place where people can connect in, have some connection, build some community, and we can have some fun together. And it's kind of cool because I actually get to, along with some friends from the community of Cochrane, we get to present at a conference later this week coming up in Jasper. And what's really cool about it is the topic they asked us to chat on is social media and connecting community through these times with social media. And so I couldn't be more thrilled to talk about this particular topic and share with other communities across the province some of the cool things. So friends, I'm going to be talking about you on Coffee Club as a part of that. So that's kind of cool. And there's ways to digitally jump into that conference. So I'll share some of those details later in the week so that if you're interested in joining us, you can do so. I think it's going to be kind of cool. So that's my exciting Sunday morning news. Now, it's funny because if you were with us on Friday morning, our Fun Friday guest, Troy Kokel, talked about so many amazing things. And I had this list, this idea of all the things I wanted to pull out of that and connect with you about on Saturday morning. And then I slept through Coffee Club on Saturday morning, which doesn't happen very often. I mean, I've missed weekend coffee clubs, but not usually. It's usually Wi-Fi issues, but I full on slept through it. And it felt fantastic. I'm not going to lie, but I did miss you. And so I had this great plan for Saturday, but I didn't write it down. So I don't remember what I was going to talk to you about. So we're going to just wing it on this Sunday morning. Okay. I don't know what the Q word is. So I'm not going to say it because I'm not sure what word you're meaning. But thanks, Jen, for being one of our first responders. We appreciate you. Don't tell me what the Q word is because you'll jinx it. Whatever that is. I'll think about it for a moment. But, oh, I do know. And I'm erasing it right now. Because things are good. We want you to hang out and have coffee with us instead. It's kind of funny, right, Jen? Would you say that you work in a job, and I would feel like probably most first responders, you work a job where if you don't, yeah. See, I feel like I'm going to jinx it if I finish that sentence. So I'm just going to leave it. We're just going to move on, Jen. We're moving on. It is good. So if you didn't get a chance to connect with us on Friday with that Fun Friday guest, which I'm having a hard time saying this morning hugely, with Troy Kogel, I invite you to go and check out the video from Friday because it was dynamic. It was really cool. And Troy just opened up and shared a lot of things on his journey of kindness because we, of course, are in the midst of our kindness revolution. And he shared so much about working in an industry that is more ego driven than a lot of them in the music industry. And he talked a lot about his journey in really finding what his joy is and following that through a lot of different things in his life. And it was really, really cool. So thank you, Troy, for being so vulnerable and giving and loving and just sharing with that. It was sensational. So I hope you check it out. Hi, Lance from Saskatchewan. Hi, Rick. Hi, Tara. Welcome to Coffee Club. We got a big group today. You know why? Because I didn't comb my hair or anything like that. I don't care. It's Sunday. Who cares day? It's relaxed day. It's big puffy sweater and a coffee with your friends day. So thank you for being a part of Coffee Club. And I wish I had more. I had so many things about Saturday that I wanted to chat with you about. But we are in the midst, if you're new, of a kindness revolution. And today's kindness revolution challenge, because I'm hoping you're following along with our really cool, I got to go this way, kindness revolution calendar that we've posted on social media. Thank you to my friend Jacqueline, who's helped me with this. Today's challenge is to let someone go in front of you in line. So if you're headed out to do any shopping today, if you're headed out to grab more coffee later, maybe you're watching from a coffee lineup somewhere, you're going to let somebody go in front of you in lineup today. That's an easy one. And then, of course, the calendar is full of all sorts of other ideas for you to keep promoting kindness in the community. Friday's challenge was to share something positive, something kind on your social media. So I would love to see that one more than just once a week. But hey, yeah, Rick, Troy's the best dude. 100%. You got to go watch that video from Friday. It was so good. We had so much fun. So yeah, that's your kindness revolution challenge of the day. But how are you feeling on this Sunday morning? How are things looking for you, either via the kindness revolution, things that are going on in your life? How are you feeling on this Sunday morning? Anything that you want to share? Any, I guess, impact you think you felt in some of that kindness revolutioning? I don't know how to pluralize that well. But what does that sort of look like for you over the last couple of weeks? Because we're now 18 days in. So what are you thinking? How's that looking for you? How does that feel? Has it changed how you felt when you went out? I had someone ask the other day, because I think I've shared a little bit on this, but someone asked, like, where did this kindness revolution come from? What was the reasoning that you felt you wanted to do this? Outside of the fact that I'm just a very big advocate of being kind in the community, I was really feeling like when I went out into the community, kindness was the biggest thing that we were missing through this process. And I think when we're in situations where something is really fear-based, and I feel like the pandemic has this extremely fear-based surrounding. And I like to call it the great pause, as you know, and bring it to what can we learn? What can we grow? What joy can we bring from? How much kindness can we throw out in the world? And when there was 3 months left in the year 2020, just chatting with people about how can we finish that year out on a much more positive note than it has felt. And if you know me, and you may even, I'm hoping, how I come across online, if we've only met that way, is being in community is essential. It's my passion. I love it. And throughout this great pause, I found when I would go out to grocery stores or go shopping in some locations, it would feel so unkind. People weren't smiling anymore. Nobody greeted you. Nobody, I mean, it was even to stop and have a conversation. You can still stop and have a conversation with someone physically distanced and it is safe, but nobody was connecting anymore. And I remember getting into my car one day and I turned to my son and I said, I think we need to just start shopping online all the time. I hate this feeling when I'm out here. And I reflected on that when I got home and thought, gosh, that is the opposite of how I would normally want to approach things in life. So, how do you switch that around? How do you mind shift? How do you take it? How do you make it something that's better? Now, is there still uncomfortable, weird situations when you go shopping? 100%. But I'm trying to be more of a kindness advocate when that happens. Yeah, I'm the annoying one who's going to smile at you, who's going to hold the door open for you, who's going to still dance and sing to music down the aisles of the grocery store, who's going to still want to check and see how you're doing if you're somebody I haven't chatted to in a long time. And I don't think we should let that quit. Are you with me on this? Do you agree? Or do you like this change? I don't know. Like here we have an opportunity to share opinion in a safe space. So if you disagree with me, you 100% can. And maybe I'm wrong. I have been wrong once or twice in my life. Just kidding. But it felt so weird. And so I wanted to ignite you, coffee clubbers, because you are the coolest people. And let's start spreading kindness in the world. Let's be the people who do one simple thing a day. That if we're all doing one simple thing a day, think of the impact that can make. You know, lots of times the analogy I use, and I've probably used it if you're an avid, dedicated, loyal virtual coffee clubber, you've heard me say this 1,000 times. However, having a radio background, I know that research shows that you have to hear something at least 7 times for it to really sink in. So I'll keep repeating myself, is I use the Bug's Life analogy, right? If you've seen the movie, I'm not sure if you have, I think a Disney Pixar or something like that. And it's really the story of the ants versus the grasshoppers. And the grasshoppers are the big bullies who come in to control what the bugs do, what the little ants do. And so the ants, when they're gathering their, I don't know what it would be, their food for winter, basically, the grasshoppers expect the ants to find all their food for them and they come and take it, right? It's this real control situation. I love when kids' movies have these interesting underlying messages. So the whole purpose of the movie, I don't want to give it away to you in case you're going to watch it later, but the whole purpose is that the ants realize that they actually all have the power. That comparatively so, there are thousands of ants to this group of grasshoppers. And if the ants just realized who they were, the value they had, the greatness they brought to the table, and the power in which they possessed in that to take control of what they wanted to do, they could. Do you see where this interesting analogy could be put into so many different perspectives right now in this world? I want you to sink that in for a second, because we're a pretty amazing group of ants, my friends. Now, you can take that analogy and apply it to a lot of different ways of thinking in our current situation. But today, we're going to take that analogy and think of the power that these ants, that us ants want to exert into our world right now, is kindness. And so if we are all doing one small thing a day, times 1,000, times 10,000, times etc., we're making a big impact in the world. Kindness can win. The light can shine. Does that make sense? Are you with me on that one? You're quiet today. Liz went to Shoppers and Sobeys yesterday, and they have kind window messages that make me feel so good. So I'm going to write some kind messages in my house windows. Oh, I love that. Please share pictures. If you see kind messages written somewhere, Post them on your socials. Share them with us in club, or tag me in your post, and I'll share them into the page where where Virtual Coffee Club lives. That's really very cool. So that's my thought on this Sunday morning, is continuing for us to step into our greatness and continue to share that with the world. And it's not easy, right? Like, I think when I'm going to doodle while we do this, this is where I'm super relaxed today. Because this is where I think that it can be really interesting, in that in times of uncertainty, or what we're feeling is really uncertain, it almost feels weird. I don't know if you're with me on this one. It almost feels weird to step into your greatness, or to feel like you can, because we want to live in this place where, well, we just don't know. We just don't know. Things are uncertain. We just don't know. Well, no, we can't control all of those pieces, but we couldn't before either. So how do we embrace that greatness? How do we, as Troy taught us on Friday, work towards what is it that brings you joy? And maybe you want to do some of those. I'm in a Troy Kokel. I don't know if he's hanging out with us this morning. I'm in a Troy Kokel new game plan, where it's like, I'm going to write that list. What is it that brings me joy? What are those things? What do they look like? What do they look like for you? And are you currently in your life doing any of the things that lead to that joy? Now, there might be some situations, because the world is in a different place, where maybe making a dramatic switch to find your joy isn't feasible. But I bet there's little things that you could do. Or maybe we're finding that list. I had a great experience on Friday following that great message from Troy, in that it was like, yeah, I want to reach out to a couple of people that are in my phone that are on that list of people that fill your cup back up. And Friday became an opportunity to connect with a couple of friends, so that we could collectively do a little cup filling. You know what I mean? And it was integral. It was integral. And it was amazing. So maybe that's something that you want to think about on this Sunday. I like Sundays because they become a day where people can reflect a little bit more. You slow your pace down a little bit more. You connect with people that you haven't during the week, hopefully. Maybe you're doing some self-care. I'm always a big advocate of Self-Care Sunday and what that looks like for you. So make sure you're taking a moment to recharge before we head into another really busy week. Because we are halfway through October. Can you believe this? It's crazy. It's crazy. But that's where that is today. I hope you're having a great Sunday. Our time is almost coming to an end. Does anybody have anything else we could share, talk about? Good morning, Darlene. Kindness without expectation. I loved that in Troy's message. Yes, right? And I think that I loved that piece, in that how many of us have been there. If you honestly, truly look back into yourself, like Troy, when he said he held the door open for someone and then they didn't thank him, and his expectation was that he was going to be thanked for that action. How many of us have had moments like that? And it could be an expectation with a stranger. I think we have incredible expectations on the people that are in our inner circle, that are our relationships in this world. I read an exceptional book that I'll try to grab it to show you the cover of what it looks like, but it's called, I have it written on my fridge. This is how much I love this book. It's called The Four Agreements. The Four Agreements is an incredible book if you want to do a little more reflection inward on how you're living your life and the reactions of that, if that makes sense. So the Four Agreements are to be: 1, to be impeccable with your word; 2, to don't take it personally; 3, don't make expectations; and 4 is do your very best. Those are the 4 agreements that you agree to make in your life and live in this world. Now, they sound pretty simplistic, don't they? We'll have to dive into this one. Maybe we'll do a 4 Agreements book club. Because this book it's moving, it's life-changing, because you read it and you're like, Man, if I could do those 4 things every day, if I could check in with myself and do those 4 things in everything I do every day, life would be pretty freaking fantastic. But they're harder than you think they are because we're human and we celebrate our incredible humanness in that and know that we're given power outside of ourselves to help us through those pieces. But man, so look it up, the 4 agreements. I'll see if I can dig up my copy somewhere. It's about time. It's one of those books you're going to want to purchase and reread over and over and over again. And it's kind of cool. And that book came to mind several times in our conversation with Troy on Friday. So it was pretty cool. I don't know who the Fun Friday guest is going to be this week, but they got big shoes to fill from Troy. But that's a good thing. Well, our time has come to a close, my friends, on this beautiful Sunday morning. I hope you're having an exceptional, I don't know if Sundays to you are the beginning of the week or the close of a week, but whatever role Sunday plays for you, I hope it is fantastic. And Darlene, I have that book. I was sure I could manage those 4 things, but you're right, they're challenging. They're simplistic, but they're complicated. But I think if you're aware of them, it can change a lot of things. I don't know. Let me know what you think of 4 Agreements Book Club. We could do that. Have an amazing rest of your day. I don't know who the author is off the top of my head, Liz. I'm sorry. Darlene, if you know, could you post that in there? I'll look it up and post it later, Liz. The book is upstairs at the moment, I'm pretty sure. It's one of the ones I keep on the nightstand. So really cool book. Have an amazing rest of your Sunday, my friends. I hope you have a joyful day. Keep continuing on that kindness revolution. I'm so proud of all of the things you're doing as beautiful kindness warriors that you are. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Monday, we're going to take it. Woo! It's going to be good. Another incredible week ahead of us. 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time right here. Cheers, my friends. Have a good day.